Hi, Carrie. Nice to see you again.
Great to see you, Dan.
Thank you. And what we're doing today is talking a little bit about the sales training, coaching, teaching that we've been doing. So, when did we first connect? Do you remember?
It's been a few years, Dan.
Yeah.
We actually were connected by a common chief revenue officer that we knew from ZipRecruiters. It
Yes.
is, oh my God, Keith. Sorry. So Keith, but we had a chance to connect back then, and I think at the moment that we chatted, it was like we were long lost friends, and
Absolutely.
really had a lot of the similar methodologies and just kind of perspectives of how you run sales teams. And I felt like we just clicked immediately on SaaS sales and
Yes.
all things revenue. And yeah, it's been about
Good.
2 years.
It has been a while. Yeah, thank you. And what made you kind of how did the stars align to go ahead and move forward with the work that we're doing now?
So we really knew that there was a gap in our enablement strategy as a whole at Tebra a couple years ago. So while we have an enablement team that is fantastic and that works through a lot of our how to sell Tebra, it can end up being very product specific and very company based on what we need from the reps in order for them to be successful selling our product, to have the right tools, to have the right process. And the area that we were not able to spend a lot of time on just because of resources and time and attention was how can they drive a better sales professionalism? How do they think about themselves as a sales professional? How do we help them just develop and grow their core skill sets?
Mhm.
And that a lot of times is what's missing when we think about driving our enablement strategy. It is definitely more about the how to sell, what to sell, but not why you sell. And so we saw this as a great opportunity to tap into our sales folks that we have had on this team. Some of them we've had on for years and years, some of them are brand new, and give them an opportunity to really think about how they should develop themselves and for us to invest in them on how they can develop professionally as a sales professional.
Yep, absolutely. And Carrie, thank you for that. And I agree with you. So many organizations are in the very same boat, right? And it's not for lack of people not having the desire or talent. It truly is a resource constraint. So I'm
Mhm.
happy we were able to come in and play in the gap with you and your team. And so with that being said, I know we've had, gosh, I think four sessions or so, four team meetings right now, talking about this very thing of driving professionalism and ownership of our career as a sales professional. How do you think it's going?
It's going fantastic. We are getting just amazing feedback from the team directly. I think that we are able to get under kind of an area of their day to day that they didn't even know that they needed to tap into. And they're really thinking about this as a self-discovery exercise. So the way that you engage them on the training and then keeping them accountable in the stand-ups and the subsequent one-on-ones, and then working with my sales manager, Jamie, and myself, I feel like had such a good alignment going into the trainings that the sales team knew that you knew where they were at.
Yes.
And therefore, as we started to do these trainings, it became really clear to them very quickly that you were there to help them and that they really needed to pay attention in order for them to get the most out of the experience. So far, I think that the planned curriculum that you have and kind of building it from the bottom up, where you're looking at what is a sales professional, what are the top 10 irrefutable laws, how do you plan your day, how do you do time management, and then that purpose statement. And now we're getting into more of
Yeah.
the art of selling and the art of the conversation. All of that is just always can be revisited. It is
Yes.
never perfect. It's always evolving. And so I think our sales team is really understanding that this is just in complement of all the skills that they already have
Yes.
and ones that they're building kind of as they go.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. It's nice to hear because I have maybe a biased view, right? When I hear some of the feedback from the team and they sound excited and they are sharing good feedback. And so I'm happy to hear that you're seeing it too when you talk with them. So that's always good. How about you? What are you finding to be some of your golden nuggets in some of the conversations we're having? Your key takeaways?
Well, it is always good to go through a written annual plan.
Yes.
So having that as a just a goalpost, North Star. I mean, it's a little bit of all of the above, of just a reality check of where you are. I think going through that exercise is really important as a leader to realize if you don't have kind of like this, the air mask situation, if your mask is not, how do you expect your team to do that? So thinking about some of those kind of core skill sets, tools that I need to have and that I need to have really clearly defined in order for the team to understand, the direction that we're going, why we're going there. It's, I think the thing that we've talked a lot about is like having and hitting your revenue target is a goal. And that's one that's clear throughout any sales team. But it's way more important to break that down and think about how do we get there? Where are we at right now in terms of the areas that we need to really develop? Do we really want to focus on our lead, our prospecting, our discussions with customers, how we're actually doing discovery calls, how we're managing our day? Is it a productivity? Is it those are the things where I think I was able to look at our overall kind of team assessment, think about my own plans, and then be able to translate that for the team and thinking about what they need to do to help support that, and if it's in the right alignment or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. I love that. I love hearing everybody's key takeaway, like the gem, like what unlocks us, right? Because we all get stuck. And so
Yes.
it's nice when we find something and an activity that can help us get unstuck, if you will.
Yes.
And so what would you say to somebody if you're talking with a colleague and they say, "Oh man, I'm really struggling with my sales team." What would you say to them?
Well, I would say hire Dion.
I did
I
not
do.
cue that up.
Yes, I would say that. I think it's a matter of, we just went through an assessment tool that you had the team self-assess, and and I think part of that assessment is for you to understand what are the core skills that you're looking at for the sales team. So again, beyond the numbers of just are you making your quota or not, are you even able to articulate what the team needs to do to be successful in a set of core competencies and a set of targets and the KPIs that they're utilizing? So if you're struggling, I think it's first to really define what it is that you expect out of the team. Or does your team understand that? Identify those metrics, and then start to work towards a plan that can help first align them and then get them motivated to do so, because we all need a little bit of motivation and really think about what is driving each and every one of your sales teams. And I think that's why your purpose statement that we had in this exercise is helpful to say, okay, what is your purpose? It's not going to be the same for every salesperson. And if you're taking some time to maybe assess where you're at and where you need to go, and then what is driving each individual sales individual or professional, it will probably start to help you bring into more clarity, where do you need to go with this team to get them motivated, aligned, working towards the same goals, working towards your goals. So all of these things were really complementary in terms of our sales team was doing well, but I think that there was just so much room where they could really, we would love to see all of them making club, getting over 100% of their targets, feeling that success of overachieving on a month-to-month basis. So that is what's going to keep people in seat and
Yes.
keep attrition low. And that's what we want, is
Yeah.
people who are really committed to the business and committed to that overachievement. And that's where I felt like we had the opportunity to do that with this program.
Nice. Thank you. And I agree with you. I look forward to seeing everybody overachieve on all of their goals. So you and
Yes.
Jamie included. I think that'll be fantastic.
If they do, we do. So that's
You
all
know,
that matters.
that's
Yes.
that's the name of the game.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for your time today. I appreciate it. We look forward to checking in, and I love the Shark Tank show and After the Tank. So we're going to check back in with you after the tank and after our training sessions are completed and see how the team is still performing in a couple months.
That sounds great, Deanne. Thank you.
Thanks.